Hi, my name is Shatiera Patterson, and I will be going over my artifact analysis presentation for MAE 670. My first slide talks about my plan of study and basically the courses that we've taken from MAE 610 all the way until MAE 670 in order for us to complete my degree. My degree is in education, and I have an emphasis in early childhood education. I also do have a CAS approval, so I did move over 8 of my previous courses from my school psychology program that I was in. My first artifact does talk about the PLO that we did have to assign the map, and I aligned the map for MA16 with as introduced, and I aligned it with PLO2. For my second artifact, let's see here. It was from my PED 662 course, and it was my peer observation review, and I aligned it with PLO4. The assignment was to observe teachers in a special education program and to in a general ed setting and observe their lessons and the way that they teach that tailors to students. We were asked to watch different videos and to watch observations. This was a great way to become more reflective and with my ideas and strategies as a school psychologist in my own classroom. My next assignment, my artifact, was from PED 663, and it was a restorative justice assignment where we basically had to write out a essay or an assignment, and we had to talk about restorative justice, and basically to just show that just because someone makes a mistake, that they should have a second chance, an opportunity in life. And I aligned this with PLO 1 and 2. My next artifact was from my PED 664 course. It was a crisis action plan, and I did align this with PLO 4. With the 664 class, I did have to create an action plan for a bullying situation, proving different strategies to problem solve for bullying prevention in schools. I've learned that when adults respond quickly and consistently to bullying behavior, they send a message that is not acceptable. Research also shows that this can stop bullying behavior over time. Parents and staff and other adults in the community can help kids prevent bullying by talking about it and building a safe environment and creating a wide bully prevention strategy. With my next artifact, this was from my PED 667 course. I did align it with the PLO2, and I also assigned an I for an introductory. With this assignment, it was a case study of a student with disabilities. I was able to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the student. I was also able to identify interest of the student and research teaching strategies that would benefit the student. With my next assignment, this is from my PED 671 course, and it was for a school psychologist review, and I assigned an I for it to be introduced, and I aligned it with the PLO 4 as well. And the goal of this assignment was for me to observe teachers as well. And this was a great way to become more reflective of ideas and strategies for becoming a school psychologist as well. So I did do a similar assignment and course. For my next assignment, this assignment was from my PED 673 course. It was a behavior intervention plan, and I put an I for introduced, and I did align the PLO with PLO 1 because it allows me to evaluate legal and ethical mandates that outline the roles and responsibilities, rights and protections for a professional educator in California's K-12 schools. And I also aligned it with PLO 4 because it gives me a chance to reflect on my knowledge that I've learned within the course and within the behavior intervention plan. The plan is used for students to avoid problematic behaviors and to promote good ones. For an example, the VIP plan was created to use for students who had ADHD. In my assignment, I found that students had problematic behavior such as being unforced, off task, and in order to improve the students' attention and focus, this was why the VIP plan was created. The teacher was to give frequent and physical and verbal refocus cues to assist with students to help them to get back on task. With my next assignment, it is called the Methods Assignment for CED 610, and I aligned the PLO with PLO 2, and then I also gave it a D for developed. With this course, with this assignment in this course, it helped me to examine my own cultural background and to create a presentation with visuals on my background. At the end of the assignment, I was asked to examine and reflect on my own cultural background and how it could influence my biases that I might have within my own classroom. This assignment aligned, again, as I stated, with PLO 4 because I was able to reflect on my own culture and cultural biases that I might bring into the classroom. With my next artifact, this artifact was from my PED 680 course, and it was called the Thurston Killer Assignment, and I gave it a D for developed. I aligned it with the PLO alignment, PLO 1. And with this assignment, it was about surviving a mass shooting on campus. This was about the Thurston High School shooting that occurred on May 21st of 1998 at Thurston High School, where a 15-year-old freshman killed his parents, 2 schoolmates, and he wounded 25 other students. And basically, this was to create a plan for survival. And in the plan, it talked about how either you should run to leave the area, hide if you can during a mass shooting, or last resort, fight. Fight for your survival. Your life may depend on it. Whether you're aware of your surroundings, have a plan before a gunman attacks. School should always create a plan. I think that that's very important. It's unfortunate that we have to do so, but we do have to be prepared to protect ourselves at all costs. And let's see here. Last, I would like to go over my assignment for MAE 670. And with MAE 670 course, This was my final, the research proposal is what I discussed. And I put introduced and developed because this was my final assignment, but this was the first research proposal that I have had to do. This was a new course for me. And I did align this course with MAE PLO 3 because within the course, the course participants with experiences and exercise to develop a practitioner research proposal based on question and to produce a reflective presentation that evaluates plan of study, digital portfolio artifacts to the MAE PLOs. And for competence, I said that I was able to create for this course a research proposal. The purpose of the study was to analyze closely 5 original sources that we had to use in the practitioner research study. And one by one, each source was reviewed and connected to my original relational research question, which was, what is the relationship between the implementation of direct instruction, based teaching of an SEL approved curriculum, and the measure of SEL skills for learners in a classroom, in a middle school classroom setting. And I did go over each article, and I did have to provide the outcome in my research proposal. And then we had to create a table explaining each of the studies, the measures, the limitations, and so forth within the study, and to see what was the outcome for my research question, which I really enjoyed. Thank you so much. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you. Have a good night.